What is up, guys? It's Tom here and welcome to the big Arsenal Liverpool preview and analysis video. And let me know, guys, what is your prediction for this game, and also where will Liverpool and Arsenal finish. This is a crucial 6-pointer between two big contenders for the 4th place. I think Tottenham, Arsenal and Liverpool are fighting it out for 4th place at the moment, and Liverpool are just 1 point ahead of Arsenal. But if Liverpool were to win here, we would have an incredible momentum going into the fixtures. We have Swansea and Leicester at home, and Burnley away as well, so we have some winnable games coming up after this game. But Arsenal, Liverpool, you never know what you will get. But Jurgen Klopp has a brilliant record against Arsene Wenger. He has 3 wins and 1 draw, and there has been loads of goals in this fixture. We trounced, absolutely demolished Arsenal 4-0 at Anfield in August, but that was a long time ago. And considering that this will be Liverpool's, first game of 4 games that they will play in 10 days. By the way, I just absolutely love this Christmas New Year period in England. They go crazy with football, and as you know, I absolutely love football. By the way, what do you think about my new Liverpool t-shirt? I just absolutely love this. It's the anniversary t-shirt. I got it from the Klopp shop. So I will do Fanzone live reactions for this big game, and I'm pretty nervous but also pretty excited because Arsenal usually play very expensive football, which will suit Liverpool's counter-attacking style perfectly. And remember that last season Liverpool won 4-3 here at the Emirates Stadium, so it's going to be a really cracking game. And I expect Salah, Firmino, Mane and Coutinho all to start in this one. I really hope that we go with the strongest lineup, but I think Emre Can should start instead of Wijnaldum, just to add a little bit more protection, a little bit more solidity to the midfield, because Arsenal have great attacking players. They have Lacazette, Özil, Sanchez, Iwobi. Giroud is out for this one, and also Coquelin, I think, is a major doubt for this game. And Santi Cazorla is of course a long-term absentee, but Arsenal have some very good attacking options. But I read an interesting statistic preparing for this video about Liverpool's defensive record. So in the first 9 games in the Premier League, Liverpool conceded 16 goals and just kept 3 clean sheets in those 9 games. But 9 games, 16 goals, that's an atrocious record. And I was holding my head, fearing the worst for this season. But in the next 9 games, up until this Arsenal-Liverpool game, Liverpool only conceded 4 goals and kept 5 clean sheets, and Liverpool never conceded more than 1 goal in the past 9 games in the Premier League. So that means that Liverpool, since that 4-1 defeat to Tottenham, has really worked on the defense, and it looks like that now finally we have a settled back four. Matip is still a major doubt for this one. He's just coming back to training, so I don't think he will start this game. But the Gomez, Lovren, Klavan and Robertson defense has been pretty solid, pretty okay, but we haven't played a really big team since playing Tottenham away from home. So that's my only worry, that Arsenal's attacking firepower can expose a weak Liverpool defense. But Arsenal's defense is not exactly an amazing defense either. They kept quite a few clean sheets as well, but they conceded the same amount of goals as Liverpool. But Liverpool scored 7 more goals than Arsenal, which again is really encouraging for this game. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain might have a case to start because he will have a massive point to prove, and I expect the Arsenal fans to absolutely hurl abuse at Oxlade-Chamberlain, because I bet that they hate the fact that he joined Liverpool. But Arsenal can't really complain, because Oxlade-Chamberlain had 1 year left on his contract and he got 40 million pounds. Arsenal got 40 million pounds for a player with just 1 year left on his contract. But I also wanted to talk about Arsenal's future here. What do you think will happen to this club when it's absolutely incredible management by the Arsenal manager, the board, the Arsenal board of directors? I'm not sure who made this decision, but to let 2 players like Sanchez and Özil run down their contracts to the last year, to the last few months, without actually doing everything they can to extend their contracts is disgraceful, baffling. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would be absolutely fuming, because if Ozil and Sanchez had a 4-year contract, they would be worth a combined £180 million in today's transfer market. Sanchez would probably go for £100 million on top form. He's an absolute world-class player. But he has tailed off a little bit. He's a little bit off form. He doesn't have the World Cup to play for because Chile, Sanchez's home nation, failed to qualify. So Sanchez doesn't have a lot of motivation at the moment to do his absolute best. He's still performing at a decent level, but I think Mesut Ozil has been in a much better form than Sanchez lately. In the past few games, he scored a cracking goal against Newcastle. What a winner! And Ozil, of course, he has the World Cup to qualify for, to get selected for the very competitive Germany squad, so he has to perform to his best abilities. But Ozil and Sanchez most definitely will leave Arsenal. I think if they wanted to stay, they would already have signed a contract extension, and they can negotiate with any club in the world from January the 1st, but I'm sure that they are already negotiating with other clubs, and it's just ridiculous how Arsenal lets 2 of their best players go for absolutely nothing. And even Arsenal, who are one of the richest clubs in the world, they have the highest ticket prices, the highest season ticket prices in world football. Even they cannot let like £180 million worth of players just go on a free, because you have to replace these players. Arsenal, we have to buy replacements for both Sanchez and Ozil, and they will cost an absolute fortune in today's transfer market. And if you buy, you know, from a rival Premier League club, of course it will cost you a lot of money. But if you buy from a foreign player, it's a big gamble. Will they settle into the Premier League or not? It's 50-50. Some players settle well and set the Premier League alight. Some players don't, even though they are world class. They just can't settle in a new country. England is not for everyone, especially players coming from La Liga or South American players. Not all of them settle in England. There are many examples for either case. So what do you think about the direction of this club? Arsene Wenger still has 1.5 years left on his contract. But if Sanchez and Ozil leaves Arsenal, and I think they will, this club will be fighting for 5th or 6th place. I just cannot see Arsenal finishing in the top 4 without Sanchez and Ozil, no matter who they sign. It's going to be incredibly difficult, because Liverpool are getting stronger, Tottenham are getting stronger, Chelsea and Manchester United are a lot stronger this season, you know, and Arsenal are just playing catch up already. They are out of the top 4 with Sanchez and Ozil. Of course, Arsenal, you know, they had the choices. They could have sold Sanchez to Man City for 60 million, and in hindsight, I think they should have. If you know, Sanchez goes for nothing and Arsenal finish in the top 4, yeah, you could say maybe it was worth it. But it's a big gamble, because even with Sanchez and Ozil, they might not finish in the top 4, because the Premier League is incredibly competitive. Liverpool or even Tottenham could finish ahead of Arsenal. And the big question for this game is which Arsenal will turn up. If the Arsenal who beat Tottenham pretty convincingly 2-0 turns up, then Liverpool are in trouble, because Arsenal pressed Tottenham very high up with very high intensity, high concentration. And Tottenham just couldn't get out, really. They couldn't play around the Arsenal press. And Arsenal were clinical in front of goal. They scored 2 goals from 3 or 4 chances, and Tottenham just couldn't penetrate the Arsenal backline enough. But if the Arsenal who played against Man United turns up, then Liverpool could pick their defense apart. And yes, Arsenal played very well offensively against Man United. It was De Gea's world-class superhuman saves that kept Manchester United in the lead. But Arsenal defensively made so many mistakes, and Liverpool will play similar to Manchester United in that they will sit deep a little bit, invite Arsenal onto them, and then with 2 or 3 passes, they will just try to run through the Arsenal midfield and Arsenal defense, and the Arsenal midfield can leave the defense exposed, and with Salah, Mane, Firmino, they will have devastating, lightning fast players on the counter-attack. And that's my biggest hope, that Liverpool will be clinical, because I'm sure that Liverpool will get chances against this Arsenal defense. Most teams who dare to counter-attack against Arsenal can get chances. And it's just a matter of will Liverpool take those chances. But on current form, I have to say Liverpool are in better form. Of course, in these big games, sometimes form goes out of the window. But I'm really optimistic, because if Liverpool play like we played against Bournemouth, then we can demolish Arsenal on the counter. And we just have to do what Manchester United did. Pick them apart, press them high when the defenders have the ball, steal the ball sometimes, and just hit them on the break, and most importantly, take our chances. I think the midfield battle will be crucial. How we will be able to you know, nullify the threat of Xhaka and Wilshere, especially Wilshere. I think Ramsey is still out injured, so it will be Jack Wilshere, which is this is a huge game for Jack Wilshere. This is the first time in God knows how many years that he starts 2 or 3 games in a row for Arsenal. And of course, we have to protect the backline with Emre Can and Henderson hopefully sitting in front of the defense. We can protect the backline, and when we get the ball from anywhere on the pitch, we just get the ball to Salah, get the ball to Mane, run up very quickly on the pitch and try to score as many goals as possible. But of course, both teams will be cautious, because both teams know that both teams have lightning quick attacking players, like Lacazette and Sanchez are also very quick. Milner could come into the side because, you know, we have the game against Swansea just 4 days from now, so I'm sure that Jurgen Klopp is thinking about rotating, and we have a problem because we have Matip out injured, we have Moreno out injured, we have Klein out injured, so 3 of our major defenders are out injured. We have still Milner and Robertson who could play left back, but at centre back we don't have a lot of options. We have Lovren and Klavan, and yes, Matip is coming back in contention, but he's not fully fit yet, so I don't think we will start. Really looking forward to this game. This was my preview analysis video. Let me know, what do you think? What do you think will happen in the game? What is your prediction? Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome. See you later. Goodbye.